everybody? So I bought me this crazy baseball card collection lot on eBay, and just to let you guys know, auctions like this do not come up very often, so you have to know how to play these. Give yourself a budget on what you want to spend for your cards as far as your set building goes, okay? This is a 1954, 1955, and 1956 Topps baseball cards. I got these for $2.71 per card. That's a good deal, okay? I normally try to be between the $1 to $3 range. Anything over that, I'm kind of pushing it unless it's a star player and Hall of Famer. However, this auction is different. This auction had some star players and Hall of Famers and some big name cards. $2.71 per card. But wait, there's more. These cards look stunning. But wait, there's more. I'll explain to you guys in the auction. Alright guys, so this is a lot that caught my eye. It's a lot of 122 Topps 1954, 1955, and 1956 baseball cards. Few stars, okay? Now, on the main page, or the main photo, you have 3 cards. One of Don Larsen, rookie card of Luis Aparicio, and one of Whitey Ford. Okay, 122 cards. It's a mixed lot. There's 3 bangers. I obviously need the Don Larsen in my collection, so I'm interested only because Don Larsen, Aparicio, and then Whitey Ford. Let's look at some of the photos. Here's the back. Okay, the backs look pretty clean. In fact, these cards actually look pretty clean. They don't look like they're creased or damaged or low grade. Alright, let's look at some other photos. Okay, here we have a Mini Monoso. We have a pair of Enos Slaughter, a Dave Pope, Billy Pierce. Okay, here's the back of those. Okay, fair enough. Some more photos. Okay, he got some 54s, mixed with some 55s, and those cards look pretty good, right? At least they do to me. They look all right. Okay, so between these 6 photos, let's read the description. The description goes as follows. This lot of 122 1954, 55, and 56 Topps baseball cards is a part of a jumbo lot of cards I recently picked up. There are 17 cards from 54, 25 cards from 55, and 80 cards from 1956. The condition of the 56 cards in this lot ranges from between very good 3 to very good excellent 4, with a few better and a few worse. There is some minor creasing on a few cards. They're pretty clean. The 54s and 55 cards are generally in very good 3 condition. I have provided a small eyeball 1 to 10 rating of the condition of each of the photo star cards, also including some photos of random samples of the 1956 Graybacks common cards. I have added some random photos of the 54 and 55 commons and give you a good feel of the overall condition of the cards that you are bidding on. Okay, and then if you look right here where it says 1956 star cards and 1 to 10 condition rating, the Larsen's a 4, the Ford is a 3, and the Aparicio is a 3.5. Alright guys, so after reading the description, this kind of tells me a couple of things, okay? This guy's probably a grader where he sends cards to get graded, and because none of these cards were probably in his eyes a 5 or better, he just bunched them all up in the lot just to kind of, get rid of it. Or he's not very familiar with vintage baseball cards, because if he would have wrote the description a little bit better or the headliner a little bit better, and let's go back to the headliner. The headliner says lot of 122 Topps 1954, 55, and 56 baseball cards. Few stars. Alright guys, so this is how I took this, okay? This is how I read it. This is how I understood it. Again, I'm just speculating, okay? This guy's all about grading. It seems like, because he's able to give a grade on some of these star players and Hall of Famers, which probably tells me that's his business. That's what he does. He sends out cards to get graded. Anything under a 5 is probably not even worthy to get it graded. Maybe not. And it's just really bizarre that some people kind of like dabble in that instead of actually putting the effort on selling some of these vintage cards, because he could have sold these cards for a lot more money. Another thing it tells me, this guy's probably not too familiar with vintage cards, since he's able to bunch up a lot of 54, 55, and 56 all together. If he probably put them into smaller lots, he definitely could have made a lot more money. And the star players and Hall of Famers, if he would have separated that instead of putting them all in one lot, then he definitely would have made even more money. So speculating, I feel like this guy's a grader. He's not really into ungraded cards. He's not really into vintage. And again, guys, auctions like this, you have to know how to play them, because just reading the description alone tells me that this guy's probably unfamiliar. I could be wrong, but that's the way I took it, okay? Now, people like me take advantage of stuff like that because we're a set builder. We need cards from 54, 55, and 56. All it does is just it helps us with our collection. It adds more cards to our collection. Plus, there's also star players and Hall of Famers in which we don't have to spend the extra dollar on having to buy those. Now, another thing I want to mention is this guy also failed to mention some other star players and Hall of Famers in that lot. Again, that's why it tells me that this guy is very unfamiliar with vintage and he's more about grading, since he failed to mention other star players and Hall of Famers. Again, take advantage of the situation, guys. Auctions like this do not come up often at all, but I do find them, and I do find them a lot. Not every weekend, not every month, but I do find them a few times a year, and this is it. This is one of them. Now, let me share with you guys some cards from this lot, because wow, trust me, wow. So come follow me. All right, guys, so I broke these up in small little lots. We're gonna start off with this little short stack of 1956 cards. Look at the condition of these guys, because these are stunning. And yes, you'll see a few doubles, but man, $2.71 per card, that's exactly where I want to be, in the $1 to $3 range. And conditions like this, well, this is one that's creased. I think this is the only one that's creased that I probably seen. It's, you know, noticeable like that. The rest of these are, wow, wowzers, that good, guys. A Frank Torrey, a nice little Jim Wilson double chin right there for your face. Nice little leap catch. Gotta love the 1956 Topps cards. Some of these cards are going to be upgrades to some of the current cards that I have in my 56 set. A lot of these, since I have I'm almost done with this set, are going to go to my team sets. And I'm going to fill in a lot of holes, because I feel like right now in my team sets, I probably have maybe like 2 or 3 cards of each team. And this should probably fill up a whole page now in each team that I have in my binders behind me. So I need pretty much every double that you see here as far as my team binders go. But check out these, man. Wow, I'm like really pleased with this lot. I haven't been this excited for a lot in quite some time. Look how stunning that is, guys. Sharp corners. Wow, crazy. I feel like if this guy would have just given a better description as far as the headliner and the description itself, the Johnny Cooks, he probably would have sold these cards for a lot more than what they sold for, guys. Because, you know, $331 for all this, $2.71 per card. Yeah, it's a lot of money for one shot. Nice little Wally Moon. Yeah, one eyebrow. A Bob Grimm. Yeah, I get it. A Hank Sawyer. I totally understand that, but, you know, when there's some nice cards and some hidden Hall of Famers and star players, then you know it's going to be a steal of a deal. And Bob Grimm, this guy should have just taken a little bit more time on listing it the way it should have been listed. Maybe he's unfamiliar with vintage, maybe not, I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to get rid of it, maybe not. Maybe he's a grader, I don't know. I'm just speculating, you know, I'm just speculating over here. However, reading the description, that's exactly how I read it, that this guy probably doesn't know too much about vintage. Here's the 1954s. Again, guys, look at the condition of these. Okay, now, see all this? This is the card saver. It's not the card. The cards look very bright, guys. Writing right there, number 19. But for the most part, these cards are really, really good. Really nice. Okay, I think I have to upgrade my card savers because they're getting a little foamy, a little dirty. Alright, 1955s. And there's a lot of them, guys. There's even some high numbers. Now, I was building the 55 set once before, and the high numbers are kind of, they're not cheap, let's just say that. They're up there. But there's a few of them that are highs, but look at the grades, guys. Wow, stunning. Nice little Joe Black. Crazy, guys. I just can't get over this slide. I'm very pleased, let's just say that. I'm extremely pleased. Billy Herman, you're safe. Fred Marsh. So that's the 54, the 55 Topps. Okay, so before I share with you guys the star players and Hall of Famers, I do want to share with you guys something real quick. This guy threw in some freebies. Yes, this guy even threw in some freebies. Again, that's what I'm telling you guys. I don't think this guy knows too much about vintage. Now, I don't know anything about hockey. However, I was looking up some of these cards. Look at Jim Morrison from the Doors, the original Jim Morrison. I was looking at some of these hockey cards, you know, just kind of see what they go for, you know, on eBay. And some of these actually sell for like $5, $10. Wow, and these were given to me. Now, I don't watch hockey. I don't know anything about hockey. However, this is going to go on my non-baseball PC. I don't even know if you want to call it a PC, but I made a binder with football, basketball, and hockey. And this is going to go just perfect in there because I have a bunch of vintage hockey cards and football and basketball that I get from people just randomly throwing stuff in there. It's really crazy. It's really bizarre. I don't even ask for it, but they assume that I like it. But I'll make a binder out of it. That's cool. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with that binder later. This guy also threw in this 1970s top scratch-off, Hank Aaron. Again, I'm telling you guys, I feel like this guy doesn't know what he had in this auction. This is why I made this video. Still a deal. Gotta look for stuff like that. Now, out of all these 1956 Topps cards, there was 6 of them that I needed for my numbers. The Jim Brady, Al Aber, the Steve Gromek, Jim Dick, greatest name ever, Jim Owens, and Dixie Howe. So it's gonna knock off at least 6 numbers for my binders, which means I probably need about like 40 cards now, because I also needed the Mini Minoso, which was obviously in this lot. I also needed, where's that Don Larson at? I also needed the Don Larson. So just from this lot itself, it actually, you know, takes away 8 numbers. I needed a whole lot of 54s. I needed a whole lot of 55s. However, here's the pair of Enos Slaughters. Look at that, guys. They look really good. One's going to be an upgrade. The other one's going to be in my team binder. And then the third one, which is the one that's already in my set, it's going to be in my player collection, my player binder. This guy also failed to mention that there's a Red Sheenings. Not one, but 2 of them. Crazy. How do you miss that? Crazy. Okay. There's also a Ken Boyer that he forgot to list. Okay. Here's the Whitey Ford, guys. Wow, look how stunning that looks. Crazy. Love it. This is definitely an upgrade to the one that I have in my binder. That one's gonna go to my Yankee binder. Obviously, I need that. Here's the Luis Aparicio, the rookie card. Look how stunning that is, guys. Crazy. You know, I don't know what else to say about this lot, guys, but I feel like I stole these cards. $2.71. And this guy also failed to mention the 1955 Gil Hodges. Guys, this right here itself is like a $40 card. And he did not list it in the photos. You know, it was just part of the numbers they had listed. It's really bizarre. Again, I feel like this guy doesn't know what he had. But with that being said, I did add 2 other numbers. Here's the Billy Martin. This was a pickup. And the Robin Roberts. So I'm actually going to knock out 10 numbers right now. This wasn't part of that collection, by the way. I actually bought these. If you want to know what I bought, the Billy Martin 4 is $20. $6 for the Robin Roberts. Now, that's a good deal, guys. You can find this card in the $5 range for the most part. Very cheap card for a Hall of Famer. It's really crazy. If you want to buy some cheap Hall of Fame baseball cards from the mid-50s, very affordable. $5. $20 for that. But overall, I feel like I got a steal of a deal, guys. Wow, very stunning. Gil Hodges, Luis Aparicio, you got Whitey Ford, you got Don Larson. This is not a cheap card anymore, guys. This is like a $20 card now. It's crazy. A pair of Sheenings, you got some Ken Boyers, got some hockey cards, you got some Hank Aaron's, some Enos Slaughter. Wow, we're all over the place, guys. We're all over the place. Damn. Good auction, good auction. Love it. Love my buys. See you guys all later. Toodles.